Puducherry along with Sikkim were the first states to be identified for migration to GST from the VAT regime. This is basically because the migration is based on the PAN data. Puducherry is one of the states where 98% of the PAN was validated by November. So GSTN has decided that to start with Puducherry being a small state and because of high PAN validation, they told that from November 7th we'll start with Puducherry and see how the system runs. So like that Puducherry was picked up, and Puducherry, the first dealer to migrate to GSTN was from Puducherry. So that is a unique thing, and for which we should be proud of. In GST there are three major stakeholders. One is the departmental officials, second is dealers, and third is the common man, general public. So we had to have three different training programs for these three important stakeholders of GST. As far as officers are concerned, the training programs are very intensive. We had some 24 to 25 training programs, intense training programs on the rules, act, clause by clause classes were taken. And I have ensured that all the officers are trained, well trained, so that all of them are trainers. It's not that few officers are trained and they go around keep doing the training, because once GST comes, all the officers should be capable enough to answer the queries and attend to the dealers, because every officer deals with a set of dealers. So officers were trained very intensely. Some of them had the initial training at Mahindra City, Infosys camp at Mahindra City, and they came back and they trained the other officers. And officers were well equipped in GST, acts, rules, and these training officers started somewhere in December and went on till February. And hands-on training on the software for the officers also was organized through GSTN. They had a hands-on training for the software at Puducherry Engineering College. That training session was there for 2 days. So officers were well equipped as far as act, rules, and how the GSTN system works. So once the officers are equipped, then we have started concentrating on the dealers. Dealers is are the most important stakeholders as far as GST is concerned, because they are the tax collectors, and how they are going to collect the tax and how they are going to file the returns. All those factors are very. Before the migration, what we did is we had training programs for the dealers, like what are the documents required for migration, and what are the certificates required, what are the documents to be uploaded, what is the process of migration. There is a small video which has been made by the GSTN which was circulated to us, and we use that video to educate the dealers, apart from conducting the PowerPoints and explaining them in a easier, simpler language, so that they need not. We had help desks also in the department where they can come and avail the facility to migrate to GST, but we told that you can do it at your own wherever you have internet, and you can do it. But major dealers, bigger dealers, they did, like industries and all, they did at their own premises, called us for clarifications, clarified over phone, and they just did it on their own. But when it comes to the smaller dealers, like dealers who are in the range of turnover of around 20 lakhs to 1.5 crores, 20 lakhs being the threshold limit. So those dealers, they started visiting our help desk, where they felt that that would be much easier to do it. There would be proper guidance, and they were availing our help desk facilities. And in VAT regime, the threshold limit was 10 lakhs. Whereas when it comes to GST, it was 20 lakhs. But most of the dealers, even between 10 to 20 lakhs also, they wanted to be part of the GST network, because they don't want to lose out their business. Even most of them have migrated to GST. And right now, around 97% of the dealers above 20 lakh turnover, who are the main component of the GST, have already migrated to GST. And even as I speak, more dealers have migrated during the day also. So as far as migration is concerned, duty is well settled, and there is no issue at all about migration. So we have divided the dealers based on their associations, like automobile associations, plastic manufacturer associations, like the different associations, merchants association, and all those things. And each set was trained specifically on the relevant acts and rules which are specific to them, so that we are not loading them with information, but we are very specific to their requirement. So that way we had around 56 training programs organized in all the spanning across the 4 regions of Puducherry. And even now there are requests from dealers, like day before yesterday we had an automobile association asking us for a training program to be organized, and we have organized on yesterday, not day before yesterday, actually it's yesterday we have organized the training program. And now there is a request from petroleum dealers also, today I have received, that also we are organizing, and we are going to continue with the training programs as per the demand of the dealers to ensure that all of them are comfortable and there is no confusion at all. And then when it comes to dealers, once the GST starts on July 1st, the most important thing is the invoice preparation and the rates. So we thought that, okay, we have trained them on the returns and acts and all those things to a certain extent, but the most important thing on July 1st is the invoice, how they raise the invoice, what is the component of the invoice, and what are the rates of the goods which they have to charge. So we had huge paper advertisements being done on invoices pattern. So the pamphlets for invoices have been prepared in English, Tamil, Telugu and Malayalam. And it was distributed to all the dealers, so that they know what is the component of invoice, like what is the GST and number, how the tax rate has to be levied for each product, and how the tax is distributed between state GST and central GST. So that is one of the most important component which was impressed upon the dealers. And that's as far as dealers are concerned, this is the most important thing which is happening from July 1st. And this apart, we, for the general public, we have outreach programs we had for the past 1 month, the whole of June, where we had live phone-in programs on Doordarshan and AAR and FM channels also, where my officials have gone and given their interviews and took questions on live phone-in programs. And we had jingles on the FM. This apart, we had scrolls going on in all the local cable channels. We had small videos running on in all cinema theaters. All these are for the information of the general public, basically. And we had electronic boards, where the information scroll is on. And we had hoardings also, giving the significance, importance, or advantages of GST for dealer, common man, and for the overall economy. So, wide range of outreach programs had been planned, and they have been implemented for the past 1 month in such a way that the message of GST has reached every person in the Union Territory of Puducherry. That was our objective, and we thought to an extent we were able to achieve, reach out to the common man. This, and we have targeted the rural areas also. We had programs in rural areas like Villanur and these places. We had billboards. We had training programs in rural areas. We had training programs for dealers in industrial estates, specifically industrial estate specific training programs we had. Through this, we are able to cover all the major stakeholders, and we are able to deliver the information to them. I have anticipated that, okay, we have migrated the dealers. That is one part of GST. But the real work of GST starts on July 1st as far as I am concerned. Because we had very little time to prepare the dealers. Like we had 1 month, we have trained the dealers everything. We were told how to do the invoicing, all things. But I anticipated that most dealers would not be able to come into the GST platform on July 1st. I have told my officer also that in the first few months we need to act as facilitators and handhold the dealers in such a way that we successfully bring them onto the GST platform. The major problem which I envisaged was the invoice preparation and the rates. And on July 1st, when I asked my officers to be on the field, once they started visiting, they found so many shops where they had despite various training programs, still they had lot of doubts on the rates and invoices, all that. We have found so many shops where they were still charging VAT rates. And what we are doing is that we are visiting shop by shop and telling them that this is the format. If they are doing it well, we appreciate them. And wherever the format is not right, we explain to them the format. This is the format you need to follow. And these are the rates you need to charge for the products. And we also tell them that the rates are already displayed on the website. And we give a copy of the invoice pamphlet also, just go through it and do it. And as the Revenue Secretary has said yesterday, there is a misconception that the traders should have electronic billing only. Till they get into the electronic billing mode, they can give the manual billing can be done in the manual pro formas, invoices, by recording the GST numbers and other components of GST. So this is one problem which I have anticipated and which we are trying to resolve. I'm sure definitely it will take some more time before the dealers are brought into the platform, because the number of officers in the dealers is the ratio is quite high compared to the dealers. So the officers are on the field for the past 3 days, and we will continue to do that, so that we are sure that all the dealers are bought on the GST platform and they are following the correct pattern of levying the tax and generating the invoice. Actually, Puducherry has a very robust software application where the VAT system was working. Like since 2011 we had a system, and over a period of time within the last 5 to 6 years we have reached this stage where the dealers had to upload their invoices. This is one of the most important aspects of GST, where dealers have to upload their invoices and the invoices are matched at the back end. So Puducherry was already prepared. Puducherry is among the few states in India where the invoice uploading by the dealers is happening. So now once GST comes, the major thing which the dealers are going to face is invoice uploading. Since we are already on the invoice uploading mode, Only thing they have to check that the serial number of invoicing has to be done properly. But for that, they are fine with the invoice uploading, and I don't think they would have any problem as far as uploading the invoices are concerned. So we had a distinct advantage to start with. And all of them are on the electronic platform as far as VAT is concerned, because the filing of returns is electronic. Through online, they file the returns. The payments are made online. 98% of the revenue of the commercial tax department is collected through e-payments. And all the dealers file online returns every month. So they are well versed with the working on the electronic platform, and as far as returns are concerned, I don't envisage any problem as far as the procedure is concerned. But only thing, the formats are slightly modified, but that we will be educating them. We'll start again educating the dealers as far as returns are concerned. The first return is to be filed by August 20th. So we have 1 month, 15 days time. During this period, we'll slowly move on to once invoicing is done and the rates are ensured that they are charging correct rates, then within the next 1 week, 10 days, we'll start training them on the returns also, so that by August 20th, we are at the right place, right time, so the dealers are prepared to upload their returns.